Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is November 9th, 2017, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, few numbers coming out. We're starting out at 12 p.m. South African time, New Zealand dollar, Royal Bank of New Zealand press conference. That's follow-up to the interest rate decision. So we'll take a look at that later today. And then at 4:30 South African time, we have weekly unemployment numbers. Now, we generally don't populate this piece of the news. It's not that important in light of the non-farm payroll, but it is something that you should be aware about, okay, unless there's any surprises, and especially as we enter Thanksgiving. Is a major holiday period in the United States, and Thanksgiving to Christmas is a major, and New Year's is a major consumer consumption part of the year. So it is really important to see and to keep a pulse on, to keep a finger on the pulse of the unemployment changes in the United States. And then at 7:30 South African time, Swiss franc chairman Jordan will be speaking. So, for those that are trading it, just keep an eye on that as well. But let's see what's been happening in the markets. So we're taking a look here at the Euro USD, and we've finally got that bottom number, 115.60-ish level, and we've been bouncing off of it. We're trading right now at 116.09, so about 60 pips above, okay? But we really did anticipate this, okay? As we saw this fall out of bed below this 1643 earlier this week, we finally retraced down to about 100 pips below that, and then taking a little bit of a bounce from that. So, the Euro USD, like I said before, is basically looking for a new trading range. Okay, it's after we had the massive rally since April to 121-ish level, down to 116 is a normal retracement. Okay, it just shows to you that there's some rotation in the markets, and to a certain degree, there is a little bit of cloudness as to the direction of the euro. So, right now we're trading between, on the upper limit, 116.90-ish level, on the lower limit, 115.60-ish level. It just gives us a range to see where we're at. I mean, there's definitely going to be some opportunities to scalp, maybe 20 to 30 pips within the trading day, but just keep an eye on that. Okay, resistance at 116.43, and then our next support level, minor support level at 115.79-ish level. So keep an eye on these, on this trading range as this unfolds later today. GBP USD also bouncing a little bit here after making a double top. We're trading between the two averages. I'd like to see some sort of continuation here to say that we did hit some sort of a trading quote unquote bottom, but you could see it. You could see the trading range a little bit more clearer in the GBP USD as in the Euro USD, because the upper limit 133, lower limit 130-ish level, and if you just trade these ranges, it's beautiful. Okay, right now we're actually in the middle of the range, but if you wait it out, and get yourself in position and slowly build the position, you can make pretty decent money, at least $1,000 a week just trading these ranges. Okay, looking at the gold has solidified, let's say, okay, and finding also its new trading range. Okay, the lower part is 1270, beautiful part to actually pick it up. We're trading at 1283 right here, so we're in really the midpoint per se of our limits. Okay, there's a minor resistance level right here, since we've had these few resistance at 1280-ish level. That's one, that's two, I would call it. That's not really, but that's three. Okay, so there's a little bit of a resistance level at 1284-ish level. So just keep an eye on that to see if we do break above it, we could definitely close in this 1293. If we falter, we could just be trading within this range between 1270 and 1283. Again, there's money to be made just trading the ranges in these type of limits. So just keep an eye on that as that unfolds. Looking at oil, after weekly inventories came out yesterday, we rallied to 57.60. Okay, we continue to rally a little bit, and then we're just faltering off. Okay, so everybody's just digesting this new area that we're trading at for the price of oil per barrel. So just keep an eye on this. If it does retrace further, okay, have a correctional move maybe back to 55. That's something to keep an eye out later today. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, it's been choppy. Okay, the follow through seems like people are still very timid to buy these, these levels, because we are in all-time highs. Okay, and it's very scary, to buy all-time highs, because ultimately there could be a correction at any moment. You're not sure when that correction is going to be. So I think that the market is digesting that and really, having a little bit of a pull and chug. But every time we've had that, okay, we've taken it higher. Okay, if we look at a 4-hour chart, we've had this several times before. We had it right here. Okay, we had it over here, and we just take it up higher. So it seems like it's scary. It seems like it's going to take us further down, but it doesn't. But what's a little bit disconcerting is that my previous high, we're making some lower highs here, okay, which is not necessarily an indication that we're going to correct itself, but just keep an eye on this on the downside. All right, so just be careful if it does retrace this. But definitely still the trend is your friend, and we are trading the the bullish move out of it. Okay, every time it does retrace, the higher probability trade is to actually buy it. Okay, and not to to think that you're getting the top of it, and and you're gonna be the one that's gonna be the trader that's gonna trade the tippy top of it. Okay, that's not a high probability trade. You want to put yourself in a situation where you are trading the trend, okay, as opposed to fighting the trend. Okay, so that's really important. The DAX also a little bit of a correction yesterday, where people just taking it in and just booking their profits as this is going higher. If this is going to 13,500, there's no reason for it not to go to 13,700. I'd like to see it go above this 13,500 level. 500 level is just to a certain degree, it's a certain threshold. So you got to keep an eye on that to see if it does. If this is just a cap bounce and we see ourselves closing up this 13,188, that could also be a possibility today. So today's really vital. Going into the latter part of the week, you have to look for a little bit of a pivot move to give us some direction, because right now, everything is still correctional move. Right after the correctional move, is it going to take up further? Is it going to correct itself on the upper side? Okay, or is it going to continue making some sort of reversal here? So you got to keep an eye on that, and a very sharp eye on that as this unfolds later today. Looking at the JIC as well. Okay, we opened up, we gapped up, and then we retraced, we closed the gap, and now we're just this is a classical move. Okay, where we gapped up and we closed the gap, and now the expected trade is right now for it to rally. Okay, but if it doesn't and falter at these levels, it could definitely hit back to 53,700-ish level. Okay, so keep an eye on this, as well as we've made all-time highs as well here. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.